But does it really make sense that you travel 5 days for a workshop of 3 days in a region that doesn't concern Africa? But you have been invited. And you say, oh, there's at no cost to government. I put disapprove. Because there's a cost to government. 5 days you will not be working. 5 plus 2 days at the conference or 3 days conference. You're talking about 8 days. And you say there's no cost to government. There's a cost to government. And after all, it doesn't make sense. Or it's a training workshop. You look at the per diem involved, the allowances. Why would we spend, let's say, $20,000 for a 3-day training workshop? This $20,000 can take one of you a whole year at NDI or the University of the Gambia. So does it make sense for you to spend that $20,000 on a 2-day workshop? Let us be reasonable. I'm not going to compromise. I made it very clear. Now, if you're a permanent secretary or DPS, health, you are invited to a workshop on agriculture, and you expect me to approve that? Oh, you are a PS in the office of the president, responsible for communications, and you get yourself invited to a conference on fisheries. The permanent secretary of the Minister of Fisheries and the permanent secretary are not aware of such a summit, and you expect that it will come to my office and I approve for you to go when the Minister of Fisheries is not even aware of that. So let us be reasonable. You want to be difficult, I'll be more difficult. Because I will not allow waste for whatever reason. Some of you are at cost of organizers. Yes. But are you working for the organizers? You're working for the country. And those 3 days or 4 days you're absent, you say it's not cost of government, it's cost of government. Just because there's a lot of munu about here, president, even something that has no cost bearing on government, he disapproves it. It doesn't make sense. If a tailor wants to attend the workshop of carpenters, and you expect me to approve that you are sick. And these are the sort of things we see. Somebody, I hope the person is here, wanted to attend a conference, a workshop that concerns agriculture. The PS agriculture was not there. The minister, the DPS, the director, no. But this particular individual in a different ministry that has nothing to do with agriculture applied to attend and says at no cost to government. I disapproved it. Somebody in health wanted to go to a conference concerning fisheries. I thought it's going to be a workshop on food hygiene, only to see that it was about best practices in fisheries. Say, well, let him go and be a fisherman in Bakau, then he or she would be qualified for that. I'm giving health as an example. It's not the reality. I don't want somebody to feel bad, but that is the reality. We are all here. So please be reasonable. So don't tell me that because the organizers are going to pay everything and you are going to be absent from place of work, it is at no cost to government. It is at cost to government. Because you are supposed to stay in, when it is reasonable and it is your area of responsibility, I'll let you go because I want all of you to gain knowledge. But I also do not want you to acquire a little knowledge at the huge cost to the Gambian government and Gambian people. Imagine if the air ticket alone is $76,000 and you go for a workshop for 3 days. $76,000. You can go to UTG for 3 years. So does it make sense to spend that amount of money on just a 3-day workshop? And some of you, when you go to a workshop, what you do is just shopping. I don't think that we don't have eyes. We have eyes everywhere. And what is normal is that when you come from a training workshop, you must write a report. and your minister should forward the report to cabinet to see the training workshop and what you acquire, or send it to the PMO. That has never been done. How many of you have ever attended a workshop and sent a report? If you raise your hand, I will find out. And most of you have attended workshops. So let us be reasonable. We all know now we have little money. Let us spend that little money wisely. But what is important is that if you know what I know, even if the economy goes to 1% GDP, this country will be an economic power by the grace of the Almighty Allah in the next 5-10 years. We have so many things to be very grateful to the Almighty Allah. Our resources are 10 times more than the size of the country. I won't give you details. I want people to change their attitude. But clacking of fingers, this country can go. You see, last time we were in Dubai, I looked around and I said, see, there's the disadvantage of being forced. Because if you are forced, the one coming after you should be better because should be more intelligent. You've maxed, give 3-5 years from now, nobody, by the grace of the Almighty Allah, nobody is going to talk about Dubai. I'm not bragging, I know what we have in this country. We have everything that would make this country develop in the blinking of an eye. So even if the economy goes to 1%, very soon we'll be compared to, they talked about Asian tigers and they'll be talking about African lions or elephants, and Gambia would be one of them. Will be before, by the grace of the Almighty Allah. So bear with us. Salaries are small, yes. Some say they are not working for government, they are going to the private sector. Others live for greener pastures, which is becoming very brown nowadays, with a lot of racism. Very soon that green pasture is almost dry. Gambia would